The office has been buzzing about both the new 2024 Chevrolet Trax and its slightly swankier sibling, the all-new Buick Envista. Both of these subcompact SUVs pack a new car value wallop at used car pricing, with the Trax starting way down at $21,495 and maxing out at $28,495 with every available factory option, a number that's still $20,000 below the average new car transaction price. Sharp design and savvy materials selection make a spectacular first impression in much the same way Ford's entry-level Maverick pickup did when it first hit the market. But how do those initial positive vibes hold up against a more rigorous examination? Believe it or not, wheel spin must be managed on this little rascal by brake torquing to 2,000 revolutions per minute, 1,000 shy of the converter's stall speed, and feathering the throttle from there. That's because the Trax is front drive only and weighs 3,062 pounds, almost 300 pounds lighter than the last AWD version we tested of its big block sibling, the Trailblazer. That trucklet's 1.3-liter turbo triple makes 18 more horses and a dozen more pound-feet of torque than the Trax's 1.2-liter three-cylinder, sending them all through a 9-speed automatic, half again as many leverage-enhancing ratios as the 6-speed equipped Trax gets. Still, at 8.5 seconds to 60 miles per hour and with a quarter-mile performance of 16.5 seconds at 82.7 miles per hour, the Trax is way out in front of the Trailblazer, 9.3 seconds to 60 and 17.0 seconds at 80.5 miles per hour in the quarter-mile, which are nearly identical times to the previous 4-cylinder turbo FWD Trax, by the way. It also whips the 2.0-liter 4-banging Honda HR-V AWD, 9.8, 17.5 at 83.0, and just edges ahead of the Kia Soul, 8.6, 16.7 at 83.8. The Trax sounds faster still, barking an angry vacuum cleaner note at full throttle that is typical of odd-cylinder count engines. It's distinctive and somewhat charming. Where you'll miss the added tranny ratios is on gentle tip and around town. Instead of silently shuffling down a gear and accelerating, you may find yourself probing deeper into the throttle, prompting more dramatic downshifts to accelerate. You'll also stop more often for fuel. The Trax is rated at a decent but not exceptional 28.32/30th city, highway, combined MPG, paying for it with the $2,000 savings relative to an equivalent spec Trailblazer. While the clever use of contrasting colors and textures seriously upsell the inexpensive interior. And its engine note conveys a perhaps overinflated sense of speed, the Trax's modest chassis underpinnings and soft wide Goodyear Assurance Finesse tires are quick to lean and squeal when pressed in any direction. The Trax posts respectable numbers, however, braking in 116 feet from 60 miles per hour, same as that Soul X and well ahead of the Trailblazer and Honda HR-V. While the Soul boasts a superior 0.85 grams max lateral grip, the Trax's 0.81 grams edges out the Trailblazer and HR-V. It bests those two on the figure 8 as well, the light rear end's willingness to step out a bit with trail braking lending a time of 27.5 seconds, nearly identical to that of the Soul. These numbers would surely improve with the Trax 2 rupees trim levels 245, 45 R19 Continental Pro Contact TX tires, perhaps at some cost to ride quality. Here again, Chevy seems to have spent just enough, and not a penny more, to make the Trax perfectly competitive in objective measures while over-delivering on value for money. We frequently had to remind ourselves that we were walking up to, sitting in, and driving a sub-$27,000 vehicle. The fully digital instrumentation and infotainment screens offer sharp contrast and crisp resolution, albeit without much customization. There's push-button and remote starting, steering wheel audio controls, automatic climate control, a compact spare tire, and more. The auto-stop, start operates smoother than some big-buck brand systems. And those squealy 225 55ths R18 tires deliver a supple ride, and the 225 60ths R17s on lesser trims might be even comfier and squealier. On the downside, the adaptive cruise control isn't as sophisticated as some, running up on traffic a bit too hot and then panicking, and the auto headlamps are slower to come on and off when passing through tunnels. That said, we were amazed at the computer chips Chevy expended on all these features given the Trax's price point. Be aware that adults in the back seat might find insufficient thigh support from a seat cushion that's been lowered to clear that stylish roofline. Remember, it no longer resembles a baby shoe from the outside. Clearly there's been no money spent dressing up the back either, but a young family's kiddos won't notice since there are 2 USB ports to keep their devices going. We do wonder how Chevy missed molding a few bag hooks into the cargo compartment side panels, but there's an opportunity for a mid-cycle enhancement. We're also hoping that with a bit more practice, the assembly workers in Korea will get the door trim panels to align with the dash a little better. Absolutely. For those who don't need a WD, most of us, if we're honest, buy winter tires if you need cold season traction. The 2024 Chevrolet Trax we evaluated conveyed a sense of costing way more than its as-tested price indicated. Performance seemed competitive and its tech features rank above average for the subcompact SUV class, but fuel economy is only so-so, and nobody has tested and rated how safe it is yet. Be sure to keep an eye on the Motor Trend Ultimate Car Rankings page to see if the new Trax can shoot past the 6th-rated Trailblazer and elbow aside the top-rated Hyundai Kona, Subaru Crosstrek, or Kia Soul for a place on the podium.